Hello all, Seriously is here. Just a little test video. I don't think some of our new freighter modules are working. Specifically the fleet duration, the speed boost to your frigate fleets, and the fuel efficiency boost. I haven't noticed any effect, so I'm on my new normal save. And we can look at this guy here on your bridge. View potential expeditions. And you can see I have nothing installed yet. I have a fully slotted freighter, but I don't have the upgrades installed at all. None of the modules are installed for these missions. It's going to take 28 hours and 16 minutes to complete. Let's remember this one here as well. That's another good one. The bigger they are, the more percentage should affect them, the more noticeable differences should be. 28 hours, 21 hours, those are some pretty good numbers to work with. So now let's try installing some stuff. Let's see what happens. Also, here's what we can do before we test one at a time. Why not test both? Why not test both? Let's go into that 28-hour balanced mission. That's great, actually. Let's see what... Oh, it doesn't say what our capital ship upgrades give by itself. Okay, let's figure it out. That's not going to level up, so let's take that. Let's take combat, has 29 is good. Sure, industrial and a trade. It's a good trade. Yeah, let's level up something. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. We've got one of each now. We're over 40. Okay. Let's just throw in the last one in the trade so it's easy to remember which one when we do the test next time. You can see it's still going to take 28 hours and 16 minutes. That has not changed at all. Nothing has changed. These are our upgrades from our capital ship by itself with no upgrades installed. We're not going to test that. What we are going to test is fuel. This is currently taking 900 tons of fuel to send these specific 5 ships. We should probably take note of the names. That one should be easy to remember. All right, let's give this a try. Let's see if we can remember which ships these are after we install our upgrades. Okay, so that's for hyperdrive. We don't need that yet. Yep, speed of the fleet. Nope, wrong one. Here we go. 28 hours and 16 minutes is what we are trying to lower. Come on. Ah, you gotta click off. Alright, and fuel efficiency. Alright. Okay, so we have 3 of each installed. Let's go back to this guy here and try again. View potential expeditions, balanced mission. It is still 28 hours and 16 minutes. Our upgrades have not affected the duration at all. Let's put those ships back in. We picked the 29, and it was that one there. I remember the name. Industrial. That was this one, and then we picked the last trade. And it's still 900 tons. So those modules have not in any way affected this mission whatsoever. I don't know that they do anything at all. I definitely didn't notice any bonus on my other save where I've installed 3 speed modules in the tech slots and 3 speed modules in the cargo slots. It hasn't affected any speed whatsoever. You don't notice any change before or after. As I've shown in this video, it doesn't affect the duration. Nothing changes whatsoever. And the fuel is exactly the same, 900. We should be saving, if we back all the way out and don't ship that mission, according to these, we should be saving almost 60% of our fuel. It should cost, somewhere around 400 fuel to send that instead of 900 fuel. if that's how that's supposed to work. If not, there should be at least some change in how much fuel is being expended. There should be some change when there's a 45 expedition speed percent, 45% expedition speed. That does not seem to be reflected anywhere. So I don't think these modules are working. However, we can go and show that the other modules do seem to have a significant effect. We'll go back into that one. We're going to send the same ones just to show. It doesn't really matter because these numbers should be the same no matter what. 29, that one, and... Alright, so we've got low 20s across the board. That's a 32. Alright, so whatever this freighter is a natural 32 in trade, which is interesting. I don't know if these are all random. This is all new. I don't know if any research has been done on this, but here's some data. So these are numbers 20, 24, 22, 32. Hut, hut, hut. Now, if we go and install, let's say, even just one of each, and now that this has been fixed, I can move these around after, so... If we go back into that mission, pick the same ships again. You can see these have all increased dramatically just with a single module upgrade. It's not 20s and a low 30. It's now 30s and a high 50. And 40s, 30s, 40s, and a high 50. That's a huge increase with just one module each. So these ones are definitely having an effect. You can see, well, this is a general mission, so we only needed to reach 40 anyway, and we did that with our ships. Let's see what happens if we take some of these away. Let's back out. What are we sending? Oh, that's very interesting. So these seem to be percentage-based in some way. That is very interesting. Let's do a little bit more experimenting. Trade, industrial, let's send all C classes with low values. Now we're already at 5 stars. That's unfortunate. Oh, we are not at 5 stars. That is fascinating. So, if you look, we are at 20 trade. Let's just do trade. Let's just focus on trade. 20, 22, 25, still at 25. And we only have 4 ships. That's all of our ships. Now, if we back out of this, 25. But 19 is being added from our capital ships. Interesting. Okay. So when we're going in here, it does show us our total. 19 plus 25 is indeed 44. All right. But that is interesting. You see, we have made a, oh no, we need to be 41 there. So if we replaced this trade ship with this trade ship, you can see this goes above 40, even though the actual total is only in the 20s. With only 1 module each, I can send only 4 and get a 5-star fleet mission. That is pretty phenomenal. That's interesting. So those modules are working. I don't seem to see any bonus on the other modules. However, I have an inkling that the reason they aren't working is because they only affect ships that have those effects on them. So since these ships do not affect fuel efficiency in any way, neither will the modules I have installed. And because none of these vessels affect the speed of a fleet, at least as far as I am aware, whoops. Where did that ship go? Oh, I can't view what their modules are in this screen. Yeah, I'm pretty sure none of them affect anything speed related, so we're not getting any bonus there either. I hope that's not how it works, because very few ships seem to have those bonuses. Only support ships have the fuel efficiency bonuses, so if your fleets can't save fuel efficiency without a support ship, and if only your support ships gain a bonus from those modules, it's not exactly much of a bonus. As you can see, it doesn't seem to matter which ship. I mean, obviously most ships here have at least one in each of these categories, so all of them are being affected by all the modules. It's a bit unfortunate that not all ships have fuel efficiency bonuses and duration bonuses, because it seems like those modules have very little effect if you do not have such ships, and I'm not sure exactly how to test that on ships that do have those modules. On my other progress save, I already have a lot of those modules installed. They take a little bit of a while to farm up. I would be willing to uninstall some if I can get some more and see if I can affect that, because I do have a lot of ships on that save that affect mission duration. So I can test that one out and see if my hypothesis is correct in that regard. But for now, I don't want to suggest they're broken, but it doesn't seem like they're working as I had hoped they would. I don't know about intention, but unfortunately, they're not very useful right now. So you might want to avoid those specific modules. They're not the most practical modules for your ships, unless you're sending a lot of support ships with your every fleet. In fact, that's something to try out, is to do an entire support frigate fleet. Nothing except support ships, because support ships often will get the duration bonus as one of their upgrades, and all of them affect fuel efficiency. You could probably, especially considering that you can install all of these and still get bonuses from each of your ships, you could probably get some very significant. That's interesting. That's an interesting idea. If anyone wants to make an entirely support frigate fleet and see how that goes using perhaps say 6 of these, 3 here and 3 here, you could probably send all of your fleets out for free. That would be fascinating. You might even be able to get 5 stars if you really stock up on these as well. Indeed. Unfortunately, I do have a fairly full fleet on this new save. Oh, that's the wrong button. I don't want to warp. This is the one. I am I think maybe 2 ships, 2 frigates short. I'm pretty sure it's just 1. I dismissed the combat ship I started with because it didn't match the colors. I wanted to go with a themed fleet, so I've got a bunch of blue and, well, it's not quite yellow, but it'll do. It's the yellowish reflection of metal instead of the grayish reflection. But it looks pretty good to this ship, so I don't really want to replace the entire thing with supports on a whim, because it takes a long time to replace your entire fleet, even if it's all with the same ship. Even if I don't care about the stats at all, and I just buy a bunch of ships, I don't really want to do that on this save, and I don't have another save at this stage of progression. So I can't really test it out, but I leave it to you. If anyone wants to try a full support frigate fleet, I think that's very viable now. Worth a shot, at least. Worth a shot. But until next time, that's been everything for now. Have a good time. Bye.